So, high cholesterol. We hear that term thrown around all the time, right? It's often tied to things like not moving enough or our eating habits. But what if the solution wasn't just about cutting things out? What if it was about all the delicious and powerful foods you could be adding in? Well, today, we're going to dive into some amazing foods that can help you do just that. Yeah, that's the big question, isn't it? We're going to explore how you can use your grocery list as a powerful tool for your heart health. And hey, don't worry, this isn't about some crazy, complicated diet. We're talking about simple, smart, and science-backed additions that can make a real difference.
Okay, first things first. Before we get into the foodie solutions, let's take a quick look at what we're actually up against. We're going to demystify cholesterol so we know exactly what it is and why keeping it in check is so important.
So here's the deal. Cholesterol itself isn't the bad guy. Our bodies literally need it to build healthy cells. The problem comes from a specific type called LDL. You've probably heard it called bad cholesterol. When you have too much of that LDL, it can start to build up in your arteries, and that's what really raises your risk for heart disease. Think of LDL as the villain of this story. The foods we're about to talk about, they're the superheroes.
All right, let's meet our first team of heroes. I like to call them the Fiber Brigade. These guys are your first line of defense, and they're all packed with a superpowered ingredient called soluble fiber, which basically acts like a natural cleanup crew for your body. And leading the charge is a breakfast classic you probably already know and love, oats. You know, there's a very good reason they have that heart-healthy checkmark on the box. It goes way beyond just being a cozy meal. Their real superpower is how they actively go to war with bad cholesterol.
So how does it work? It's actually pretty cool. The soluble fiber in oats, especially a type called beta-glucan, acts like a sponge. As it moves through your system, it literally grabs onto cholesterol and escorts it right out of your body before it ever gets a chance to enter your bloodstream. A simple bowl of oatmeal can seriously get the job done.
You know the saying, an apple a day keeps the doctor away? Well, it might just keep high cholesterol at bay too. This everyday fruit is a surprisingly powerful member of our Fiber Brigade, and it has its own little secret weapon. The secret weapon here is a different kind of soluble fiber called pectin, and just like the fiber in oats, it does that same crucial job. It binds to cholesterol and stops it from getting absorbed. It's another awesome example of simple food doing the heavy lifting for you. And get this, the results are seriously impressive. Some studies have shown that eating just 2 medium apples a day could lower that bad LDL cholesterol by up to 16%. That is a huge impact from such a simple and delicious habit. Okay, rounding out our Fiber Brigade are the unsung heroes of the pantry, beans and legumes. We're talking kidney beans, lentils, chickpeas. These guys are absolute powerhouses for fighting cholesterol. And they bring a little something extra to the table too. Just adding them into your meals regularly can lower LDL cholesterol by about 5 to 8%. That's partly thanks to their soluble fiber. But they're also loaded with plant-based protein. That protein helps you feel fuller longer, which is a huge help for managing weight. Another really key piece of the heart health puzzle. Okay, so it's not just about adding things in. One of the most powerful moves you can make is a smart swap. And that brings us to our next category, healthy fats and fish, where it's all about trading up. First up in our smart swap category, nuts. You know, almonds, walnuts, pistachios. Take your pick. They are all fantastic sources of those good-for-you unsaturated fats that your body loves, without raising the bad cholesterol. And the payoff is huge. Just a small handful a day can lower your bad LDL cholesterol by 5 to 10%. Plus, they're packed with other good stuff that helps protect your heart in other ways too. Now this is a real game changer. Swapping out red meat, which is high in those saturated fats that can drive up LDL, for a fatty fish like salmon is a major upgrade for your heart. But here's what's so interesting. The omega-3s in fish don't actually lower your bad LDL directly. Instead, they do 3 other amazing things. They lower another type of fat in your blood called triglycerides, they can boost your good HDL cholesterol, and they fight inflammation. It's an incredible triple win. All right, our final category has a couple of real surprises in it. These foods work on a whole different level. They don't just clean up cholesterol, they act more like cellular saboteurs. They go right to the source to stop cholesterol from even being made. I mean, we all know and love garlic for the amazing flavor it adds to, well, pretty much everything, right? But it turns out it's also an ancient and potent medicinal food with a really unique way of fighting cholesterol. Okay, this is fascinating. The special compounds in garlic actually get involved in your body's cholesterol production line, which happens in the liver. They basically tell your body, hey, let's slow down on making so much of the stuff. It tackles the problem at the source. And, as a bonus, it's also been shown to help lower blood pressure. Pretty amazing. And now for our final food. Hold on to your hats for this one. What if I told you that one of the most powerful cholesterol fighters out there could also double as a delicious dessert? Sounds way too good to be true, but it's not. Yes, really, we are talking about dark chocolate. But, and listen up, because this is a very important but, it has to be the good stuff. We're talking 70% cocoa content or higher. The magic is in the compounds from the cocoa bean itself, not in the sugar and milk. The special compounds in dark chocolate, called flavonoids, can help reduce LDL by around 10%. And they also help stop that LDL from oxidizing, which is basically what makes it get sticky and start to clog arteries. Of course, moderation is absolutely key here, but what a fantastic heart-healthy treat. Wow, okay, so we've covered the fiber brigade, the smart swaps, and those surprising super compounds. So now, let's pull it all together and figure out how to build your ultimate healthy plate. You know, when you break it all down, it really comes down to these 3 simple, powerful strategies. First, load up your plate with that soluble fiber, your cleanup crew, to actively pull cholesterol out of your system. Second, make those smart swaps to healthy fats to improve your whole lipid profile. And third, sprinkle in those powerful compounds from things like garlic and dark chocolate to fight cholesterol right at the source. It's a powerful 3-pronged attack. And that brings us full circle. The power to improve your heart health is, quite literally, on your plate. So looking at everything we've talked about today, from a simple apple to a square of dark chocolate, I'll leave you with this question. What's the one small, easy change you're going to make first?